day 47. Yesterday I recorded day 46 and accidentally called it day 45. But that's what happens when you're rolling. You forget the days, you forget what is happening. That's what we're doing. We're rolling, life is flowing. This morning I met a 22-year-old kid who was playing pickleball, had come to some of the run clubs and just got a chance to sit down with him for an hour after playing pickleball. And I could tell he was going to be able to achieve whatever it is he wanted to achieve. And it got me thinking, what is it? Why did I come away from talking to him with that level of appreciation for him? And the reason why is because I could sense a few characteristics from him. First thing is I could sense his level of joy for life. I could sense his desire to balance working hard with loving what is going on. I could sense his curiosity, I could sense his self-awareness, and I could sense his genuine desire and interest to become all he could be. And he had a great balance of asking questions and sharing about himself and being reflective on his own process and a genuine desire to know and understand the truth from his experience. And so I asked him, I was like, why? How are you like this? What has allowed you to be like this? And he said, my mom's a life coach. And I was like, of course, that makes sense. That checks out. Because if you have so much time with somebody who's asking the deepest questions of life and therefore coaching you on all you can be, of course you're going to turn out to be somebody who at 22 years old is confident, reflective, empathetic, curious, kind, hard worker. Of course that's going to be the natural byproduct. So I really appreciated that about this young man, and I was really excited because it's not every day you meet somebody like that. And I'm excited for him, excited to connect with him further, and excited to watch his journey unfold, because I can really tell he's going to make something of himself. What can you do to be more like this young man? I mean, one thing is surrender to your true nature and continue asking questions. Seems one of the things he also noted was he sees a life coach every week or every other week because his mom has introduced him to someone. Probably a good idea to get more reflective about where you're at, what's going on, how to optimize this whole process that we call life into creating it into the masterpiece that you want. This person commented something potentially disparaging to me on one of my tweets, saying how he was asking if I was still doing life coaching, and how he thought I had a nervous breakdown. It was clearly poking fun at me in some way. And I just responded back by saying, I genuinely hope you get everything you want out of life. And that's why I do the coaching that I do. And that's why it's so effective to see somebody, to talk about what is going on in your internal state, because we have so many of these conversations just with ourselves. When you start having conversations with the external, with the world, and you have a mirror to reflect back to you what you truly are, something shifts with the awareness. I was listening to Joe Hudson on Modern Wisdom podcast, which was incredible. And he said, just fucking loving awareness changes so much. Just loving awareness changes so much. What does he mean by that? He means that if you genuinely care about another person with love in your heart, that alone changes the person. And it is so true. I've seen that in myself. I've seen that when I meditated myself, with myself, just giving myself love and awareness for the situations that unfold, how that changes what is being experienced. I've seen that with another person. When I'm coming at somebody or with somebody with love, that changes their experience of life. And so, of course, if this young man has been seeing somebody to reflect back to him life over and over and over again with the vantage point of improving his life, or with the vantage point of helping him live in more love, or for him to be in more love with life, because really that's what a life coach is. That's what somebody who's doing a freedom coaching is. Somebody who's doing freedom coaching, or somebody who is creating that, they're just trying to help you be more in love with life. What more could one want than to appreciate this experience more and more? Is there anything more important? You're here having this human experience. Could you think of anything more important than enjoying it and figuring out how to enjoy it the absolute most? I don't know if there's anything more important than that. And so my hat's off to this young man and for being 22 years old in that position and wanting to know, how do I enjoy this ride the most? That's why you're watching this right now. You're trying to figure out, how do I enjoy this time on this earth the most? And I believe I currently can enjoy this time on this floating rock the most by watching this video. And I appreciate that. And your whole life is attempting to answer that question. How can I enjoy this ride the absolute most? That's the question we should be asking ourselves every day. How can I enjoy this the most? And if that question is too overwhelming, take this variant from Joe Hudson, which is, how can I enjoy this life 10% more? Or even better, how can I enjoy this day 10% more? Or even better, how can I enjoy this moment 10% more? You really figure out the answer to that question, your life begins to change. Just try. Try to get 10% more enjoyment out of this moment. What changes? Try to get 10% more enjoyment out of this day or this week. What changes? Imagine you start getting 10% more enjoyment out of this month or this year or this lifetime. Expand it. Expand it, expand it, expand it. Bring it back down. Expand it. Life gets really interesting. So, I hope you're asking yourself that question. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm excited for you. I'm looking forward to continuing this series. Day 47. I love you. I hope you get the most and everything you want out of this lifetime. I love you. Be well. Peace.